I'm going to be talking about question 3, which is how did your production skills develop throughout this project? And I'm going to start by talking about camera control and shot selection. So we started with our test shots after we wrote our storyboards and we knew what we were filming. I used the rule of thirds, which whilst we were doing our test shots, I lined up the character in the left-hand third to create third of the shot to create meaning. This meaning being that the character's mind is offset like the shot would have been, because the character would have been off to the left in the shot, but still in line with the rule of thirds to make it correct. The another test shot we did was tracking, which we were going to use to show the perspective of the secondary character in the flashback who disappears. Originally, I tracked with just holding the camera in my hand, but the shot was too shaky and unusable. So I found out from our teacher that using a neck strap to stabilize the camera was gave a stable shot whilst walking along, but still had a sort of bounce in the shot to create the feeling of a perspective from somebody walking along, and we ended up using that in our final piece after our test shots. In the editing, we used specific effects and transitions to create meaning, so we used glitching loads, but that was just to represent the mind of our main character and how their memories of the event that gave them PTSD was broken up and distorted. So to represent that, I used this bad TV effect and distorted loads and loads of our shots in the flashbacks, and to create the glitches in the shots of real time, I took a shot from the flashback, so it was dark already, and I cut it so it was about 0.2 of a second, so barely noticeable but enough that you could see. And I used the blade tool to create this shorter shot. I mirrored the shot, then distorted it so it was just glitching up from the left hand bottom corner. I desaturated the shot and then added a bad TV effect and put that up to 100, which created a glitch. And I knew how to do this after finding a YouTube tutorial on it. And what I did is I would edit in this short shot every single time a credit would flash up or a shot would change to a different perspective of looking at the character or a flashback came, and every single time the music, the non-diegetic sound built up in the background, I would create more glitching and also add more non-diegetic glitching sounds to also represent how messed up the character's head is, as well as how messed up the shot is. It was designed to make the viewer also feel messed up and confused and not really understand what's going on, because the character doesn't understand what's going on either. Also in editing the sequences, I established tone, mood and atmosphere from using colder tones from the start and creating a saturated image of the blue coat the character was wearing to make him really stand out, even though everyone was walking past him, cars were going past, and he went on unnoticed. And that's how people carry on with PTSD in modern society. I also use silence or low bass in the flashbacks to create suspense, and also building non-diegetic sound before a sudden change in atmosphere, such as cutting to a flashback with heavy impact of sound or glitching. When we were creating the credits that conform the genre conventions, I started by using a stock font that I found in Final Cut. And this suited our title, so we stuck with it for a while. I think we stuck with it in our first and second draft, but after some audience feedback on those drafts, we agreed that the font didn't really fit with the genre and decided to change it. However, we had other comments saying that the font did suit the main title at the end, which was spread over the screen and then cut out with a glitch, but it didn't suit the others. So what we did is we went through a website called DaFont and found one that fitted with the genre, style, and conventions more. And then we also once used this font in Final Cut. I created it's a background of the image, which mirrored it and shadowed it, so it came up on the screen twice in white and then black behind it as a shadow. This is also to represent the split personality that the character would be suffering with PTSD, as that's another symptom